Gotcha.
All right, we'll get started again here. Let's call this meeting to order. Public notice this meeting was properly posted at the Synergy Business Park, King Street Building, and on the agency's website, and provided to all requesting persons, organizations, and news media in accordance with Section 30-4-80 of the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act. First, the approval of our agenda.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Of absent members, we have 3 members that are absent this month because of various reasons.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approval of the meetings for the 3/11/2026 meeting.
Motion to approve.
Have a second. I got a motion and. Yep, have a motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Chairman remarks. When I call your name on the initial application reviews, you'll come up to that empty desk there. Please move the microphone close so we can hear you and have a recording. We'll get you sworn in and then get started on it. So first up is Veniamin Demov, Demov, so I guess he's not here. Joseph Burnett. Morning, sir. And you can move these microphones, but just make sure they get close enough you can hear.
That good?
Yes, sir. Mr. Burnett, you know you had right to be represented by counsel today, and you're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, to your left is our court reporter, and she will get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, a builder's license for Mr. Burnett could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience in more than 3 of the categories on the experience affidavit, and he requested that we not send an experience affidavit to his current employer, and the prior employer was a non-paying position.
Okay. If you want to explain that to us, sir, and some of your working background experience.
Well, I provided you a resume to show some experience with pictures that I've also completed. And the reason why I did not have a 1099 is because I worked for him. And because I worked for him, he let me work under his license to do stuff personally also. And so that's why I didn't even think about it. My wife recommended it last night. The taxes I just provided shows substantial revenue based on me working under his license. And then got me the job with Building Your Land, which is where since 2022.
It does. Pull that microphone down just a little bit closer.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is you were doing projects that he was pulling permits for, and they were investment projects, or were they for individuals, or?
I was doing some stuff for him, and I was also doing some stuff for myself. So that's why I was only doing, it says 3 or 4 builds at a time. So,
And
Really
with
more
your
than that.
current employer that you don't have an affidavit for, and we fully understand that, there's times that can't be done. What do you do?
I work for Building Your Land. I've been there since May 2022.
What is
and
your role?
I'm a supervisor, superintendent, manager.
How many homes? What type of projects?
We usually run about 6 homes per superintendent at a time. So it can get up to 8 or 10 if we're shorthanded, but typically we're running about 6 at a time.
Okay. And you've been doing that since 2022?
Yes. Well, I helped open their Aiken office too.
Okay.
So I was down there for about a year.
So this tax return reflects the income from for your current employer.
There's some income from my employer currently, but the majority of that is from the stuff I did with Brian.
Okay, and that was the affidavit signer.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if I made that much with building your land, I wouldn't be here right now.
And if you've been able to sit for the exam to get your license down, what would you want to do with that license?
I'm going to build homes in my area, because right now I handle pretty much the whole upstate. And so I've got one that's starting in Blacksburg the end of this month. So I'd like to keep stuff within an hour of me. Because even when if I'm off at 5, I'm not getting home till 8, handling it that way. I also want to get my son involved. I've already got people asking me to start builds for them.
Are you up on the IRC codes?
Pretty good.
And the reason I ask that is when you're supervising work, you got to be able to tell what's going wrong.
Correct. Right now, what we do is, after, we'll say framing, we go ahead and we get with the framer and we go through and mark everything out to make sure everything's to code. So that with pretty much all our subs as we go through the project.
Motion to allow him to sit for the exam.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Sir, you'll receive a letter in the mail from us releasing you for exam, and you can schedule that at your convenience.
Very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Next is Peter McElveen. Good morning, sir.
Hello. Hey, good morning.
Mr. McElveen, you know you had right to be represented by counsel. You going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I need to get you, are you going to testify on his behalf, I assume?
Sir.
All right, I need to get both of y'all sworn in, please.
Yes, if you'll both raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And may I get your name?
Parker Sturtz.
Can you spell your last name?
Sturtz.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission of Builders, license for Mr. McElveen could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience and more than 3 categories on the experience affidavit.
All right, sir, if you want to give us some background on your work history, and I see that the only 2 things that were checked off is project manager and carpentry on your affidavit.
I submitted the application on the for the last employer I worked for. When I asked for a supervisor, I put down a supervisor without knowing that it had to be the holder of the license. So that one was disqualified, but that one shows about 3 years of experience in all fields. But at the employer I worked for last, I was a carpenter, then a lead carpenter, then a supervisor. And in those 3 years, I did pretty much all the hands-on experience that is required.
So give me some background on type of work. Is it new constructions, is it addition, remodels?
We pretty much did historic remodels in downtown Charleston, but those it involved painting, drywall, demolition, everything to do with
So were there additions, foundation work?
there was foundation work, additions, new roofs.
How about electrical, all the mechanicals, electrical, plumbing,
Yes, sir.
mechanical?
complete, complete gut jobs. Everything was all brand new in some of those jobs.
Who pulled the permits on those jobs?
The builder did.
The builder did. And you worked under his supervision that whole time?
Yes, sir.
And for how many years?
For the last one, it was 3 years.
Okay. And you're currently, who are you with currently now?
Currently, I have a specialty contractor's license. So
Okay.
I'm doing other things.
And you've had it for how long?
Got approved maybe a month ago, but I've been on like a pause since I applied for this license. So I haven't really been doing anything for about 4 months.
Is it Parker?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to add anything to his
Yeah.
story?
I mean, so kind of the background of our Peter and I's connection goes back to our education at the American College of the Building Arts. So I'm a professor of trade there at the college. I also am a specialty contractor within the realm of cabinetry. And Peter and I worked together I worked at his previous employer for almost 6 years. And I was more the shop foreman role, so I was more into the shop. Peter, I can attest to his experiences there with being a carpenter to lead carpenter to running those projects. So, I mean, I would say with full confidence, I mean, Peter has the experience and the knowledge to have the opportunity to take that exam and move forward within that residential builder's license.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion, we let him sit for the exam.
All right, have a motion, seconds. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir, you'll receive a letter in the mail releasing you for exam.
Thank you.
Yep,
I
good
appreciate
luck.
it.
Christy McCray. Good morning. Ms. McCray, you know you had right to be represented by counsel today. You're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, ma'am. If you'll raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, a builder's license for Ms. McCray could not be approved at staff level. There was no experience affidavit or W-2 1099 information provided.
All right, ma'am, if you can explain that to us and also your work experience.
I'm a realtor and real estate investor, so there's no work experience. But for my 4 new construction bills, I did work alongside a licensed builder throughout the entire phase. And with the information I provided, it does show the 4 new bills since 2023, and that's the work experience that I have.
All right, so tell me about those builds and what role you played in those.
Okay, so from site selection, we basically did soil testing. We went through the process of the survey to make sure there's no easements. From there, I assist with the land clearing to make sure the lot is buildable. So if we have to build in dirt, bring in dirt, we do that. And then throughout the entire phase, I'm actually involved. So from foundation phase all the way to framing, MEPs, rough ends, trim outs, finishing, everything. I'm actually there as well as with the inspectors as well. So I'm on site throughout the entire process.
Any of that work, did you participate in hands-on or just looked at it?
Participation in, as far as hands-on, like actually doing work, no. So I basically would reach out to subcontractors. I'm there with them throughout the process. And I'm actually managing the project, but nothing hands-on. No, I'm not like a physical worker to that aspect.
So you've never nailed any nails, pulled any wires, done any plumbing work?
No, sir.
Okay.
I could do some flooring and light finishes, but nothing, to that extent.
And I'm not being short with you because we have some people, that's what you do when you're a builder.
Yeah.
But in order to get to be a builder, you got to have some hands-on experience.
Gotcha.
But you don't have that.
Correct.
I have a question. So in your opening remarks, you said that you were a real estate agent and investor,
Yes, sir.
correct? Are the 4 that you built, are they investment properties for you, or was it just 4 new construction builds to sell?
Yes, sir, build to sell, and all of them have sold. Yes, sir.
And those were for your real estate company or for you personally?
Yes.
All right, so if you were allowed to take the exam, you want to continue to do the same thing, or
Correct. Yes.
how?
3 were the exact same floor plan, so they were 1,297 square feet. And then the last one, the one at 513 Rumford, that was 1,630 square feet.
All in the city of Columbia?
Yes, sir, all in the inner city, the 29203 zip code.
Is it all for like redevelopment purposes, improving neighborhoods, or what?
Yes, actually, the 3 that I did first were basically for like lower income house, like basically affordable housing. So that's more of my niche. I do want to provide, houses for, residents in like the workforce area. So we have a shortage of that here. And so basically that's basically what my goal is, just to provide affordable housing.
Okay. It's always intrigued me, the term affordable housing, because I think that's left up for
Debate? Yeah.
to whoever wants to define it. My father started building low-income apartments in the upstate in the 1960s. And how things have changed, it's, now everybody wants to be no, I'm not saying this is you, but everybody, it's convenient to be under the affordable housing umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a good thing, and I admire you for it.
Thank you.
Because they do, I mean, now that price point has spread out,
Right. and that's-
teachers,
yes,
nurses,
Yes, agree.
so I admire you for it.
Thank you. The first one, which was 50.
I'm sorry, you didn't, I was not close enough.
Oh, I'm
Did you
sorry.
get the question? I wanted to see.
Yes, sir, you want to know what the price is so forth, the 1297?
190 square feet, is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Okay, so the first one, my memory's correct, I think it was 196. Then the second one was the same floor plan, that sold for 198. And then the last one, that 1297, sold for 199.
These lots that the city of Columbia had made available?
No, actually, I found them just right in, one lot I purchased from an owner, and then the second lot, it was within the neighborhood, so a neighbor was selling it. Yes, sir.
It's sort of what I did, so I would make them.
There's reservations, I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
It gets very difficult for us as a commission to approve you to get a license to build a house from the ground up without ever having hands-on experience. That's what my reservations is. After you get your license, that's what a builder does. He hires subcontractors, he builds a house. But I like to see the hands-on. I like to see somebody out there getting their hands wet. That's what our application says. You must have worked under a builder for a year. He must have signed an affidavit stating you can build a house on your own. So that was just my reservation. Call for the question.
All right. So we have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, ma'am, you'll receive a letter in the mail.
Thank you,
Releasing
guys.
you for exam.
All right, appreciate it.
Good luck.
I think I need some of those lots that she could get at 199.
Yeah.
That's good.
Paul Wiggum. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Wiggum, you know you had right to be represented by council today, and you're going to waive that right?
I'll waive that right.
All right, let's get you sworn in, sir.
Yes, sir, if you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission of Builders, licensed Mr. Wiggum could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience in more than 3 of the categories.
All right, sir. Just looking at your affidavit, it shows project management is the only thing checked off on that. So if you can explain your work experience and that'd be great.
Yes, sir. Starting in 2020, I started working for a custom home builder, working as a warranty manager, and then I moved my way up into superintendent role and then project management role, with them building 3 to 5 houses a year, custom homes from the ground up. Started with site-developed subdivisions and managed full completion of those construction projects from foundation through mechanicals and rough-ins to framing and everything to the end of the job.
How many years have you been in that role?
That was a 5-year position.
Okay. How many houses do you think y'all built, or you personally supervised?
Personally supervised 7.
And what size homes? Or-
About 2,500 to 3,500 square feet.
And you say custom homes, y'all were building them for individuals? So y'all contracted with individuals and built these?
That's correct, yep.
Okay. So you were dealing with homeowners on a daily basis?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Very intimately.
You don't hold a specialty license, do you? With the
No.
state? Okay.
Certified window installer, but no other specialty licenses.
But not a specialty license in 3 categories with LLR?
No,
Okay.
And you've been with Chris Rogers, correct, who signed the affidavit for at least 5 years?
yes,
Okay.
that full time.
All right.
Chris and Jerry still together.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion, we let them sit for the exam.
Second with reservations.
Hartness. Absolutely, let them sit for it.
All right, I have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You will receive a letter in the mail releasing you for exam. Good luck. Spencer Sosa. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Sosa, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right. Let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir, if you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission of Builders, licensed Mr. Souza could not be approved at staff level. There was no experience affidavit provided.
All right, sir, if you want to explain that, plus your work history.
Sir. Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to be here. My name is Spencer. I'm the owner of Rough Cut Tiny Homes. I started the business about 10 years ago. I've owned and operated my construction business for, only almost 10 years. It's 9 to be specific in a couple months. But I've built over 26 residential dwellings from the ground up. I personally perform and oversee every aspect of construction, including structural framing, electric, plumbing, HVAC, roofing, siding, installation, and full interior build-out. I work directly with my clients in designing the homes and produce the layouts and plans. My homes are often used as full-time residences. They also are used as rentals. and they are inspected through a third-party agency, which allows them to qualify for both insurance and financing. I've always carried general liability insurance, and I provide a builder's warranty on all of my homes. I'm currently building aside from my business, currently building my personal residence, which to date has passed every inspection. And based on this experience, I'm seeking approval to take the exam.
Walk me through, or the tiny home, y'all are is listed under a different category.
Yes, sir. Yep. So technically, they're considered a park model home, and so we follow park model home building codes. All of our homes that we build, they are built to a residential standard. Some homes, you know, I would say exceed the minimum requirements of the residential code, but they are a smaller dwelling unit, and we build them at our site and transport them all over the country. But I'm looking to expand my business and into building permanent foundation-built homes at a local level.
Now, if they're built on site and they've got water, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, is there a permit required?
So typically, the properties, I'll just run you through it real basic. The customer comes to us wanting one of our homes, and in most cases, the electric service and the either city water or septic tanks are already installed. Usually the land that our homes go on are zoned for either mobile homes or manufactured homes. So I don't personally work with pulling the permits for the services, but so that's usually something that's already installed. However, on the personal side, with my homeowner build, I was the individual to pull the permits for all that.
I'm trying to get this straight. If you're building them on site, and on site you're installing the electrical wiring, you're installing the plumbing.
Oh, okay.
Somebody has to come in and inspect that work when you're done. So who pulls the permit to come inspect the work?
Right, I see what you're saying. So yeah, we build our homes at our site in South Carolina, and then we deliver them to the customer, whether it's in California or New Jersey. So the homeowner would be the one that's usually pulling the permits.
For every one of those individual homes, the homeowner has to pull the permit?
For the tiny homes, that's correct. Now I suppose there are exceptions. I've built for 2 tiny home communities in Pennsylvania and North Carolina, and so it was essentially a small subdivision built specifically for these small homes. And so it was the owner of those communities that would be, so not necessarily the homeowner who purchases the home, but the individual in those cases was the owner of the development.
So let me just try to get it straight. You build them off-site.
Yes.
You deliver them to a site.
Yes.
All right. All the utilities that are there.
Yes,
Electrical.
Yes, sir.
Is it all? How is it heated? Is it all electric?
It is, yeah. Now, there have been a couple cases, like we built a home that went to Colorado, and it was a wood-burning stove. It was just something the customer wanted.
Okay, so power, water from already supplied at the particular site. Who connects it to the house you deliver?
Yes, so that's going to be, and there's 2 cases. One where it is a permanent connection, and so like for instance, a couple of the park model homes that we've built, it was permanently attached. They bring in the power from underneath the home straight into the panel, and then it's inspected. But that would have been an electrician. With the other builds, it's pretty straightforward. It's essentially a large 50-amp RV plug, and there's a pedestal on site. So with those homes, there's no inspection process. It's quite literally plugging in the home to the site. But on those occasions where it's permanently attached, the electric and the water is permanently attached, that would be either the.
How big are these units? Oh, that big.
Yeah.
What's the average?
They're going to average about 600.
He's going through the same process as if we built one station minus a few things, but he's going through the same inspection process that we would go through on a regular home. It's just through a Park Mobile, which is a total different category.
Inspected at the manufacturing point.
At his,
That
at his site.
inspected there.
Yeah, by a third-party inspection, but that's what is designated. Under a federal regulation?
So to gain, to be a park model home inspector, we have to have that stamp of approval, like it's called RVIA certified. Yep, that's correct. And that is,
That is a federal,
yes,
yes.
yes, sir. Yeah.
okay.
Plumber hooks it up to the plumbing and they plug in the electrical.
Yeah, he provides.
Someone provides a
yeah.
electrician provides a receptacle and they just plug it in.
Right,
Power.
yep.
And then
Or in the case he said, if it's permanent wired, he would simply deliver the home, then a licensed electrician in that state would send it to the panel.
He never has to have a building permit like we would have experienced.
Right, his
Yeah.
building permit's done at his shop. All right, your new home you're doing right now, conventional
Yes, sir.
concrete footings,
Yes, sir.
masonry, or
Yep.
slab on grade, whatever.
Yep, 4,000 square foot.
And you're doing that yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What stage are you at right now?
We're at the rough end, so all of the mechanicals are almost complete. And so within the next few weeks, we're going to have the rough end inspection.
Okay, is that your first venture into a home?
Yeah, now it is, yes, sir, from the ground up. I have worked under a contractor just doing some subcontracting work. There was a bathroom remodel. I've done a few of those. And then a porch addition, covered porch, or patio, excuse me. But no, just those jobs.
Okay. A guesstimate on how many tiny homes you've done?
26.
26, okay.
All right, I just have one more for fun. What if something goes wrong on what you all have assembled? Who's responsible?
I am. So I've quite literally gotten on a plane to travel to my customer's location. If there were, if I can't find a reputable local contractor, I've done that on a handful of occasions. In one instance, a refrigerator fell in transport and damaged the flooring and the trim. The trim work was a little bit intricate, so I had to go myself. But thankfully, there's never been in transport any really drastic damages or anything like that. That's another thing that I have to ensure is that the home is capable of traveling a couple thousand miles and get there safely and set up safely.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to get a couple of things straight, if I might.
Sir.
You actually started this company?
I
Is that
did.
right?
Yes,
And
sir.
what was your qualifications to start this company? What did you do before?
So I had worked, I had done some essentially odd jobs under a local builder. To be honest with you, I don't know if he at the time had a license. I was helping with tile work. I was, helping with drywall and some framing. But prior to that, I worked, I just worked at restaurants and, I'm 29 years old, but I started the business when I was 18. And so prior to that, I was almost 10 years ago.
29?
That's correct.
Make sure. I wasn't questioning that. I wasn't sure if I heard you properly. This is very unusual. I'm sorry. You had
That's
to
all
go
right.
ahead.
We will find out how much you know on the construction end of it. The test will tell the tale. Unusual, but I'm going to make a motion we allow you to sit for the builder's exam.
I'll second that. I think this is unusual. First, obviously, Conway, South Carolina, all around. Have you, built is not the right word. Have you delivered to a subdivision here in South Carolina these homes, several, more than one?
Well, 1 second, I'm going to get a motion and second now.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, discussion. So, yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Do you mind repeating just the last
I'm
part of-
sorry. Have you delivered several of these homes to what we would call a subdivision here in South Carolina?
Yeah, so actually, well, so Apache Campground right on the beach, they have hundreds of lots, and I've built a few homes right on the water, looking over the water. So that'd be the closest thing to, a subdivision. In North Carolina, just right over the border in Brevard, I've built almost 10 homes for that community, which is set up like a subdivision would be.
No further questions.
All right, so I have a motion, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'm in favor.
Okay. All right, sir. So you'll receive a letter in mail releasing you for exam, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nicholas Mazzola. Morning, sir. Right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right? All right, let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission of Builders, licensed Mr. Mazzola could not be approved at staff level. There was no experience affidavit or W-2 1099 information provided.
All right, sir, if you want to explain your work experience to us.
Yes, sir. I am actually a dual qualifier under the commercial
Yeah, just pull that down tight.
license board. I have an NR2 classification license. I actually was a specialty contractor with the SCRB back in 2015. Expanded that to the commercial realm in 2016. So for the past 10 years, held the commercial contractor's license. As I mentioned, I am a dual qualifier. I actually own two companies, Grand Strand Custom Painting, which deals primarily with drywall and paint, and Destination Home, which is a 24/7 emergency service water, mold, and fire remediation company.
All right, so how many years have you been in the construction industry?
11 years.
11.
But none in the past 5 years.
No, I've owned my company, my own personal company. I've not worked underneath anybody else. I've
Last 5 years.
been
So give me some background of your residential experience.
So obviously, when we deal with water and we deal with mold, there is effects to the home. So when we walk into a project that has been flooded out, obviously our first priority is to get it dried out, extracted, and made ready for reconstruction. When we are up to the reconstruction side of it, we'll pull the applicable permits and do the applicable repairs, whether it's simple drywall, painting, flooring, cabinetry, whatever's non-structural parts we sub out to licensed contractors that can physically pull the permits, and we make sure appropriate permits are pulled and facilitated and follow the proper code.
All right, so you had a specialty at one time, and then that's when you went to the general contractor side after that?
Correct.
And the license you held there, or hold there, what all does it allow you to do? Just interior
That was
renovation?
interior, correct.
Okay. Now, do you continue to do restoration if we were to get the residential license?
Yes.
Okay. That's your primary goal.
And how long did you hold that specialty license?
Specialty I had for 1 year and then converted it into
Over
the
to the
commercial.
LL,
So since
okay.
I think he needs the license. So I'm going to make a motion, we allow him to sit for the exam.
Second.
I have a motion second, and I agree. I mean, it's, the interior renovation license lets you get it's kind of like our specialty. It lets you get to a point, but you kind of can't go beyond that point. So, all right, with that said, have a motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir, you'll receive a letter in the mail releasing you for exam. Yep. Michael Gentry. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Gentry, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
Let's get you sworn in then.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission of Builders, licensed Mr. Gentry could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience and more than 3 categories on the experience affidavit.
All right, so tell me about your project management, because that's what he's got you
Yeah.
checked off
So
at.
I work for a company near Clemson, South Carolina, and I've been over their renovation department for 5 years now. And I've been with the company for 15 in July. It started out as a flooring company. Now we do commercial work and renovation and new construction. Mainly renovation for me right now. We've done 1 new build and we've done a couple additions. But we've gutted plenty of homes and, bathrooms, kitchens, cabinets, new wiring. I did have 2 years experience. The license that we have on file, the builder license, I did send an affidavit to where the guy that holds the license, he actually works for the same company. He just holds the license and brought it with him when he came to work at Harris Home. So I did have an affidavit that showed 2 years under him. I'm not sure if I did something wrong clerical or not, but I'm going to have a copy with me today. But 90% of our stuff has been full renovations and insurance work. We are part of an insurance program where they reach out to us. We do inspections. That started with flooring as well, and then it branched to, reframing, drywall, painting, and et cetera. I also have permits that I uploaded as well that have me down as the lead project manager / super.
Where did you, prior to Harris Homes, where did you work?
I actually worked for a mason company, so I laid brick before I came to work to Harris Home. And I came there in July of 2011.
Do you work in the Clemson office or out of Anderson?
It's out of Anderson. We do have a Clemson office.
Okay.
And we have one in Anderson as well.
Work directly for Scott? Okay.
I do. He couldn't make it here today. I was going to bring him. I told him he might get long-winded.
I'm glad you didn't bring him.
He gets long-winded. I told him I had to get back and get to work.
Yeah, I've known Scott a long time, so
Yeah.
you're not telling me anything I don't know. The other license holder
Yeah.
just works for Harris Home?
Yeah, Charlie Kernigan.
Okay.
He works for Harris Home directly.
And he pulls the permits when you need a permit pulled.
Yes, sir. He pulls. We met Charlie. We were doing all his flooring when he was building houses, and once we talked him into coming on board. We've done a couple of. I built some stuff for Scott, with his Junkins Investments. So, as far as the new builds, have just been for Scott and his investment company.
Get involved in that Joe Cass or Kiwi house?
Unfortunately, yes. He's the designer, the owner, the builder, the company owner. So it's fun. That one's fun.
Okay.
Motion to let him sit for the exam.
Second.
I have a motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
You'll receive a letter in the mail. Tell Scott I said, hey. Don Sailors. Good morning, sir. Mr. Sailors, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right? Yes, sir. All right, let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, builder's license for Mr. Sailors could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience in more than 3 of the categories.
All right, sir. They checked off a good many, estimating, plan reading, site work, project management, and carpentry. All the mechanicals are left off, masonry, roofing, and concrete reinforcement. So tell us about your background.
Yes. While working under my previous employer, I started working for him in 2011. Started out as just a helper, worked my way up. We did anything from just bringing it out of the ground, from site clearing all the way to finishing it out. We did do some roofing, not a lot. We most of the time subbed it out. We did some electrical, but not a lot. When I met my previous employer for him to fill out my affidavit, I met him at the boat ramp, and he was trying to get in a tournament, so he was checking boxes and getting it done just as quick as he could. But yes, sir, I was able to meet with all the subs while I was a project manager, go through everything with HVAC, electrical, plumbing, brick masonry. We did do some small foundations if it was for a shop addition or garage or very small house.
So how many years you been full-time in?
13 years for him, and then I went out on my own, started my own business in 24, and I've been doing sub work for him just as a subcontractor coming in since then.
After 13 years, if you don't know what to do, then you ought not be in the business.
Yes, I should have done it a long time ago, but
Make a motion, we let you sit for the exam.
Second.
I have a motion, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You'll get a letter in the mail releasing you for exam, and good luck on it.
yes, thank you.
Yep, thanks. Matthew Cobbjan, golly, I messed that up, I'm sure.
You'll take it.
Matthew,
Kabachin. Yes.
good morning, sir. You know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get you sworn in.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, builder's license for Mr. Kapachan could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience in more than 3 categories.
All right, sir, if you want to explain your work history.
Yes, I'm going to read my statement here, if that's okay.
Yep.
My name is Matthew Kabachin. I've been working in the residential construction industry full-time for about 6 years now. I just entered the 7th year. I went to introduce myself and explain why I believe I'm qualified and why I should be considered for approval to take the test and get my builder's license. First, thank you for your time and willingness to hear my case. I appreciate the opportunity to get approval. I'm very happy to be here doing this right now. It means a lot to me. So as I said, my name is Matthew. I'm 30 years old. I have a wife and 3 kiddos who are home right now rooting for me and praying for me. And I've been working in residential construction for the past 6 years and have discovered a great passion for home building and remodeling. I say I had discovered it because I did not go into the construction industry with a plan or desire outside of just needing a job that had room to grow and was something I could work with my hands in. I grew up around projects and home remodeling. My dad was always doing projects at our house, and his best friend was a general contractor, but never really had any particular inclination towards it. Over the years, as I've been loyal to this type of work, from home repair and maintenance to building and remodel, I have realized a future for myself in this industry as a very fulfilling career path. My first construction job at the beginning of my 6-year journey was working for a master builder that taught me a good general knowledge of all the phases of new construction. This builder in particular, Aki Henry, Lemuel Construction Incorporated, is an expert framer who always did things the right and most solid way, I sure am thankful to have started my home building exposure with someone who did things the right way, never rushing the structural integral phases and always harking the utter importance of building things the proper way and not cutting corners unless it was the wood for building corners. After working for him for a couple of years, we finished more than 4 houses from the ground up, and I saw the finishing phases of 3 more plus a garage build. Then a new opportunity arose to begin working self-employed with a home repair specialist that I knew. Not that he was necessarily adding to my credentials, but he is worth noting because it did continue to encourage my interest in learning residential remodel and building and proper ways to do things. This job taught me a lot about the repair side of finished homes and repairing things from many different generations and eras of construction. It certainly grew my desire to keep learning more about all the categories of home building and remodeling. Through providential circumstances, I met a general contractor who specializes in house remodel restoration. This was the perfect next step. I worked for Adam Pitts, Ascend Construction, for a couple of years as a project manager, learning all the different phases and skills of remodeling, including managing subs and the planning processes for major remodel projects. This continued to fuel my passion and interest in building and remodeling things the right way, creating a high-end result that is made to last and completed with thoughtful execution. I worked on many old homes with him, some even over 100 years old. As I worked with Adam, I began to learn the blend of implementing more modern construction methods and focuses into old work scenarios that create a sound and beautiful result that brings life back to these houses and allows for new homes to be made for many years to come. Working with Adam taught me a great deal of interesting problem-solving skills and scenarios in all the big projects he took on. He also did new construction, which gave me the opportunity to continue to expand my knowledge and understanding of home building from old to new. And that is the summary of my work history, and I do enjoy this trade. And I love learning the engineering systems and technicalities of how homes are built and remodeled. This has driven me to take the next step in my career by seeking a license. I am passionate about doing things the right way, building things overly solid and technical, and always being a student to the wonderful world of home construction. I hope you will consider me to be approved to take this next step in my career and passion. Please help me continue my education and credentials to building and remodeling homes that stand the test of time, not only in structural integrity, but also in high-quality finished results. When asked, okay, is this good? Aki would always respond with, well, your name's on it. Please see the photos of things I've been involved with.
All right, thank you. Just to get this straight, so prior to working with Adam, who filled out your affidavit, you were with a new home construction
Yes.
builder, and you said there was 4 homes?
Yes, about 4 homes from the ground up.
And those were all custom homes?
Custom homes in a subdivision.
Okay. And your role with the company that you worked for then, he was a general contractor and you worked for him?
Yes.
So tell me I know that was early on in your career, so what was your involvement with that?
My involvement with that was hands-on. So we were doing a lot of framing, and then I was just everything in between in all the other phases. But a lot of what I was doing hands-on with him was the framing part. And then, kind of odds and ends throughout the whole project.
So you got your feet wet in a lot of different aspects on
Yes,
that
sir.
part of it?
Yes, sir.
Foundation work also?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then moving on to the remodel phase of it. So then you got into multiple different roles, I'm sure.
Yes.
There's a big difference between new build and remodel.
That is right.
So your level of competency has grown to now in the remodel phases that you're doing are you pretty much cut loose on your own to do these, or are you still with a group, a team, or?
I'm currently just working for myself, doing like small projects just for people.
Well, prior to going for yourself then, what
That
was your,
again?
before you finished up, when you finished up with your last company, what was your role? What was your,
Oh, I see.
what were you doing then?
Doing technical work for Adam, doing a lot of kind of a little bit of everything. Again, just kind of filling in gaps between certain subs and, project managing, but also like, filling kind of anything hands-on that was needed.
All right, so from your testimony, it feels like you know, pretty wide range of experience. Do you feel like if you were given a set of plans, a lot, you could go build a house from ground up?
I would have some questions on some of the phases with the builders I know, but yes, I do feel confident I could do that.
Now, the pictures you have attached, there are a wide range of pictures, some remodeling, some brand new construction.
Correct.
Were those over both of the job sites or just Adams or just the first one?
Most of them are from Adams projects. There was a couple that were from Aki's. Those were some finished houses. Maybe there's photos of like some masonry on front. Those were Aki's. A lot, when it was a picture of like a finished new house, that was probably Aki's, but all the kind of phase things was with Adam.
Well, it's always nice to see the pictures of the work that you've been involved in, whether it's new construction or whether it's remodeling.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who the little fella is, but that was too young to be you.
That was my son.
Now I'm going to make a motion that will allow you to sit for the exam.
Second.
I have a motion, second, discussion. Under discussion, I know you've been at it for 6 years, and that's a good while, but there's such a long learning curve in our industry. Everybody, you know, we only have 1 year working under a builder, and there's no way in hell you'll ever learn everything that you need to know in 1 year. So keep learning, keep going. So, all right, with a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, good luck with it, sir. You'll receive a letter in the mail.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Zachary Qualls. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Mr. Qualls, you know you had right to be represented by counsel. You're going to waive that right? Yes. All right, let me get you and the gentleman with you sworn in.
Yes, sir. If you'll raise your right hands, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Yes. And, sir, may I get your name? All right, thank you. Is it Briany? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, a license for Mr. Qualls could not be approved at staff level. The employer passed away, and the partner does not have a license qualifying him to fill out the experience affidavit.
Okay, all right, sir, just give us some background in it. Give us some background in your work history. You know, don't want to go into great detail, but then what has transpired since to prevent you from getting that affidavit.
Okay. Yeah, I won't tell the whole story of my childhood, but family business owned by my dad and his brother, Scott. Scott is the one that passed away recently. Grown up working in the construction field most of my life. As an adult, most recently since 2018 that I've worked for them full-time. Q Enterprise has always done most of the work themselves and has not done as much sub-out work. So as far as my experience, we've done several houses in the past few years, but mostly in the past year has done renovations and remodels, garage builds, garage apartments. So my job has been on the job with foundation work, laying steel, plastic, full foundations, framing, really every aspect of building a house. I've been on the job. My dad is the overall supervisor on the job. My uncle has been more of the paperwork side. The architect, you could say. He would draw most of the builds, get our engineers' approval on it. So I've done for the past 7 years pretty much everything you can do with a house, all rough ends of my dad.
All right, Dad, your turn. Pull the microphone forward. So
I'm a working supervisor, not just, I don't like that term, we just work together. I mean, he was working when he was 3 years old. And I have 4 boys, they all did it. My dad had the contractor's license, then my brother got one to keep the business going. I don't want him to face what I just went through with my brother. We want to be ready for the next.
I mean, obviously, you wouldn't be here if you didn't feel confident he could
Oh,
build a
absolutely. He
house,
doesn't need me here.
start to finish.
I didn't know I'd be sitting here. I just came for moral support.
He roped you into it.
Yeah.
We've had these situations happen before, where the license holder has passed and have no way of getting an affidavit signed, obviously. So, and we've gone through it and gotten through it. So that's probably where we are today. Same scenario. So you've been at it 7 years full time. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
I am always glad to see a younger builder come into the field and want to progress in that same field, particularly in a family business. So I'm going to make a motion to allow you to sit for the exam.
I have a motion second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You'll receive a letter in the mail releasing you for exam, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all. Alex King. Morning, sir. Mr. King, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, a builder's license for Mr. King could not be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience in more than 3 categories, and the W-2 1099 provided is not from the same company.
All right, let's start with the, was it a W-2 or 1099? Did you?
It was a W-2.
Okay. Explain that part to us.
Yes, sir. So I believe I provided a W-9 from the company that showed the entity I was paid from is the same as the.
So they're one and the same? All right. Experience affidavit shows project management. So, and that's pretty typical. I think a lot of people just put project management and they think it covers everything. We would kind of like to know the
Yes,
other.
sir. I don't think my old boss knew what he was filling out.
So just tell us about your background.
Yep, so I started in 2019, right out of high school, with a contractor, and we built a barn dominium in Clemson, South Carolina. That was from foundation work all the way up to finish work to CO, to the homeowner moving in. After that, I went on to multifamily renovation here in South Carolina and North Carolina. I worked as a project manager, moving all over the state, and actually ran 7 complexes here in Columbia, South Carolina. After that, I went on to what the affidavit says is vigilant restoration. I was a repair project manager and remodeler. I ran our guys in-house and multiple subs through foundation work, sheetrock, flooring, roofing, electrical, and plumbing. I did pull permits, ran with the inspectors, called in inspections with the supervision of my contractor.
The Vigilant Restoration, are they a regional, national company?
No, sir, just based out in Myrtle Beach.
They hold a GC license?
In North Carolina and South Carolina. And I
Okay.
just recently received my North Carolina license.
Okay. Is your plan to continue to work with the company, or you got
No, sir, I
aspirations?
actually no longer work for them. I am partnered in a company for home renovation and house flips. We actually currently have 2 houses ready to flip. I just got back the drawings and the engineer stamp for one. We are now seeking a contractor's license, so we are having to use somebody outside of our company.
Okay. You do know you have the ability to have reciprocity with South Carolina from North Carolina, just minus the 3 trades.
Yes, sir, but I am under 1 year.
Right?
Authridge? Oh,
Yeah, don't know who that is. I apologize.
Now, who pulls the permits for the jobs you got going on right now?
Sub it out. We have, my partner has connections, and he runs the job for the jobs we're doing currently right now.
So if you,
But I'm running the jobs while he supervises the permit, obviously.
if you were to sit for the exam and get your license, then you'd be able to continue along, pull your own permits, do whatever.
Correct, without having to pay somebody else to pull the permits, yes. Actually, we've got 2 houses currently we're sitting on. We're closing on 1 next month.
I just understand you to say that you're paying someone to pull permits for you?
They don't directly work for the company, but I guess we are a sub to them. The house, they're pulling permits for the house, correct?
Well, let me just ask this. What role does the permit puller have in your project?
Permit puller, what role do they have in my project?
Yeah.
To supervise the job, make sure it gets to finish with CO. They make sure all
So
codes are
that's
followed.
that's what you're saying, you're paying them to oversee the job,
Correct.
not you're paying them for them to pull the permit.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure that's on the record as that.
He's covered his bases.
What?
He covered his bases.
Yep. I'll make a motion, we let him sit for the exam.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You'll receive a letter in the mail. Good luck.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Kenneth Sheldon. Good morning, Mr. Sheldon.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good, sir. You know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, builder's license for Mr. Shelton could not be approved at staff level. There was no W-2 or 1099 provided from a builder and less than 1 year of experience in more than 3 categories.
All right, sir, if you want to explain those items to us.
So the W-2 I provided was from our family company, and we do work directly for other builders. So what I did was I had an affidavit from one of the builders that we do work for, and then an affidavit from my stepdad who owns our company, kind of showing how those segue together. I'm a project manager for our company, but also do a lot of hands-on stuff. And then the builders that we work for, I've slowly just started doing more and more work. I guess more and more entities of work. We do a lot of roofing, siding, and windows in our company. Metal roofing, light commercial roofing, stand and seam, all the roofing types, and a lot of hardy plank siding, vinyl siding, and then a lot of window replacement work. But so as far as my experience, I started in construction when I was 18 with my father-in-law doing pole buildings, pouring concrete, all that kind of stuff. And then it evolved into, I started working with my stepdad with Turnkey in 2019, and I've been with him since. So I kind of started in getting interest in doing additions and house building and stuff like that. So a few of the builders we worked for, I talked to them about kind of taking on some responsibility with if I found jobs, if they would oversee them and things like that. So I sold a bunch of different jobs, doing additions, doing porches. Right now, I'm in the middle of a full mother-in-law suite, which has every bit of, I guess, entities of work that a house would have. And then we did a full renovation in Surfside Beach that I handled myself under one of our builders that we do work for. And yeah, so I've pretty much done everything you can do with a house to this point.
Mistake I made is that you work for Philip Lothridge, right?
Right, he is one of the builders that we do a lot of work for. I've known Philip for quite a while.
Where are y'all based out of?
Leesville.
Okay. There's another turnkey up in the upstate.
As a roofing.
Yep.
They were partners with my stepdad, and they split and took his name. But yeah,
Okay, I was wondering.
Yep.
They're based out of Anderson.
that's right.
Yep.
It's another bill.
Because if my memory serves me correctly, there's someone from their office tried to get a license, a builder's license back last year.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Anyway, that's not you.
Not me.
Turnkey currently has what kind of license? A commercial roofing?
No, we're a residential, it's a residential specialty license. And then all of our commercial roofing is done through, well, Philip pulls and oversees any commercial work we do.
Okay. And y'all are wanting, obviously, to venture out into a larger scope of work. And
It's really just me. My stepdad is up into his 60s, so I don't know how much longer he'll be working. So I'm just kind of trying to broaden the license instead of just getting a specialty license. I would like to just get the residential builder's license.
right, are you going to continue to stay with the company, or are you plan on moving on?
No, I'll stay with the company till. That's why I haven't moved on yet, because it's a family business that he started in the late 90s. So that was the experience portion of things was difficult, because when I told him I wanted to be a builder, he was like, well, we got to figure out how to get experience. But the only way to do that would have been for me to go work for someone else, and that wasn't really an option. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's understood. I mean, there's different ways of getting experience.
Right, yes, sir.
Life gets in the way.
It does, yeah.
Just have one question. On the Surfside renovation, you said that was your project?
It's actually a house that my stepdad.
And I'm not trying to trap you, I just have a
No,
question.
no, no.
after-
Yeah, the builder on that was Lucas Stevens, who I have in there. But I managed the whole project.
What all did y'all do there?
Took it down to the studs. I cut all the.
Complete redo?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
Took it all the concrete. Had to cut concrete out, run new plumbing, and I did all that work.
That's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know about the after, but
It smelled pretty bad, and that smell wasn't going away without ripping all that out of there. I don't know who all was living there before we got there, but it was more than the people who owned it. I can tell you that. Yeah. The neighborhood was glad that someone bought it. I can tell you that.
motion to let them set for the exam.
Second.
I have a motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You'll receive a letter in the mail releasing you for exam, and good luck.
All right, thank you all. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Adam Lord. Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Lord, you know you had right to be represented by counsel today, and you're going to waive that right? All right, let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Members of the Commission, electrical license, Mr. Lord could not be approved at staff level. There was no experience affidavit provided. We could not locate the supervisor listed on the application.
All right, sir, if you want to give us some background on that.
With that, my current employer is an electrical engineer, and he bought a franchise, and we work under a licensed master electrician, and I guess he didn't want to sign the work affidavit. As for my experience, I've been doing electrical work since 2012. I started with a lighting company, doing big box stores, traveling the country, worked all the way up to project manager, and then moved down here to South Carolina and doing mostly residential, some commercial.
So that, is it Wisham Home Services? Is that who you work for?
So that's his, that's the father's company, but it's Mr. Electric is the electrical company.
And you work for them still today?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm just sitting here looking at your W-2. I mean, you obviously know what you're doing to get paid what you just got paid on that, so. New homes construction, you wired homes from start to finish?
Yes, sir.
Panels, load calculations. Do you have any education background in the electrical field?
So in 2001, I started the 4-year program with the IEC, and I was in year 3, third quarter, when I was dropped from the class because my current employer didn't register with the IEC. So 3 years of classroom experience on top of all the hands-on experience.
So you made it 2/3 the way through the class or better?
Yeah, and I got dropped, and it wasn't my fault.
I mean, I would love to have an affidavit, but there's certain situations. You can't.
He has experience.
I mean, you look at the W-2 and see,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it does.
I make a motion, we let him sit for the exam, electrical exam.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. Good luck on the exam. You'll receive a letter in the mail from us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Steve Champagne. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right? Let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission of Builders, license for Mr. Champagne could not be approved at staff level. There was no W-2 or 1099 information provided.
All right, sir, if you want to explain that to us.
Yes, as of 2020, I was in business, went into business for myself. I was framing for bridge work and working with a union carpenter on the side. We did additions, remodels. From 2020 to current, I have built 7 homes, full renovations, additions, bathrooms, kitchens.
All right, so essentially you don't have a W-2 or 1099 from what you list as who filled out the affidavit, correct?
That would have been from
yourself?
me, yeah.
Yeah. All this work was done in what state?
Pennsylvania.
Okay, and the licensing in Pennsylvania?
More of a registration, not a licensing.
Were you registered or? Okay. So it's a non-tested registration.
I wish they did test. They would weed out a lot of people.
It's amazing how many states don't have a tested license.
Now, the pictures that are attached, are those some of the projects that you have done in Pennsylvania?
Yes. All the photos are my work.
You got some ground up work, you got some remodeling work, but most of it's ground up.
And you obviously are familiar with foundations because in that area, foundations are huge.
The diggable foundation.
Yeah. So what's your plan in South Carolina?
Well, my wife's on me. She's sick of negative 20 temperatures, so we're looking to relocate, so I want to continue this on.
Just being nosy, what are you doing right now?
Right now? What do you mean?
No, what are you doing for an income right now? What are you doing?
I'm sitting here.
No, no, no. Since you've been in South Carolina.
Starting to dig tomorrow. I had left work yesterday, went to baseball practice, drove 11 hours here. And I'll be turning around to leave, drive 11 hours back, and break ground tomorrow morning.
Okay, so you haven't moved yet then? All right. But you are planning on moving here?
That's the intentions. Well, I got to get myself lined up first.
That's the smart thing to do because we have a lot of people that come here and go, now I want to get a license once I get here.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you an opportunity to take that first step. Just looking at your work by your pictures, I'm going to make a motion to let you sit for the exam in South Carolina for the builder's exam.
I'll second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed? All right, sir. Good luck on the exam.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good, yep.
We don't run out of people.
The last one that was already scratched was Bozo, and they were scratched from the agenda last minute. So with that, we'll move on. Chris, you think you ready? We can go on to OIE status report when you're ready.
Chairman. Morning, Mr. Chair. The Residential Builders Commission OIE status report for April 8th. We had 228 total complaints received, 75 active investigations, and 249 closed.
Like I always ask every now and then, your employee status, are you full investigative roles?
We're staffed at 11 investigators and 3 leads. So for the current time being, we are in a situation where we're not behind the 8 ball. If we lose another investigator or 2, then the numbers will probably tick up in assignment. But our goal has always been trying to stay off the 120-day report, which we've accomplished this past year.
Yeah, I was just always like to check every now and then how the status of employment is.
We lost 1 recently, I think back in January maybe, but other than that, we're at 11 investigators, which is probably 5 more than we had when I was here previously.
I know we were low for a while, but all right, moving on to the IRC report.
IRC report for March 25th, we had 9 dismissals, 3 formal complaints, and 8 citations.
Motion to approve IRC.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on to resolution guidelines.
Resolution guidelines for April 8th, 2026, we have 20 citations and 4 dismissals.
Motion to approve resolution guidelines.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, sir. Thank you, Mr. Cudd. Janet, other than what's included in our packet, do you have anything on executive report?
Yes, sir.
And I inquired why there was no HOs on the schedule, and she said because we're short on people, so
Yeah, we have no
we
quorum.
would an excusal, recusal, we wouldn't have had anybody to vote.
And we'll just pick up rolling after lunch. So as of right now, we're done till whatever time I think that we have some people that would show up.
I see Ms. Landis back there. Were you intending to do the ODC report? Okay.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Ms. Landis is in the Office of Disciplinary Counsel.
All right, then I will back up. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were here to do that report. So if you want to do the ODC report, that would be great.
We have currently 108 open cases. We have 48 of those pending hearings and agreement. We have closed 47 cases since our last report on January 5th, and we have 0 appeals.
0 appeals?
Got 0 appeals.
I'm not sure if you've been introduced to the council before. You might have. Would you mind giving them your name?
It's Kate Landis. I'm sorry. I'm the newbie. We've had 2 who retired recently. We've got another one coming on soon, hopefully, and now me. So I'm getting to know it.
All right, nice to meet you, Kate.
You may have been introduced before, but you don't appear before the commission very often, so.
No, I haven't. I've been here since November, so it hasn't been long.
Called us on a slim number day, so.
Oh, but thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. And I'm sure Roland's glad that he could push me here today.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Sit back there all morning.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, at this point, I'm thinking we start back at 12:30. That's assuming our food gets here in time, but that's what I'm probably shooting for. If something changes, I'll have Janet Noon session. We're still on initial applications. Call your name, you'll come up to that desk and grab one of those chairs, preferably the one on the closest to the center, and pull the microphone really close so we can hear you. First up is Yasmin Sarek. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Sir, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right? Yes. All right. To your left is our court reporter, and she will get you sworn in.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? I do. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission, a builder's license for Mr. Sarek cannot be approved at staff level. There was no experience affidavit, and the state the applicant is from does not issue licenses.
All right, sir, if you want to explain that portion of it to us.
Yes, sure. Thank you guys for having me here. I appreciate it. My name is Yasmin. I am from Vermont. I own a construction company up in Vermont. That state does not require licensing, so I wasn't able to apply in the traditional sense and provide an affidavit from a licensed supervisor. However, my experience in the construction industry is pretty robust. I've been involved in it since my childhood. In the last 5 years, I've owned Lakeshore Construction LLC, focused primarily on residential construction, new construction, remodeling, additions, stuff like that. Prior to that, I operated under another company called Properties Maintenance and Contracting. That was kind of how I had my hands involved in a lot of different things, and I rebranded 5 years ago to Lakeshore to just primarily focus on construction only.
Okay, so new home construction in the last 5 years.
Yes.
How many, roughly?
Probably 2 a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
and are they custom homes typically?
Yes.
What size, what range?
They range between 2,800 square feet to around 5,000 square feet.
Okay, so pretty wide range.
Yep.
All right, and then you do remodeling and
Yes.
upfit work?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
from gut remodels. A couple of interesting projects that we've had in the past involved actually demolishing home, down to the ground and rebuilding from ground up as
So
well.
how involved are you as an owner? I mean, the
So-
involvement of,
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I'm very involved in operations and oversight. Obviously, I've worked my way up the ladder over the years. I've been blessed to be able to do that. I have staff in Vermont. I oversee all aspects of the company, and I personally work on estimates with my assistant managers. All the projects that come through, I've got my hands on them. I do a lot of the takeoff with the team. I put the pricing together, and I'm also able, because of that, to guide the team through complicated details in the field.
sounds like you're pretty hands-on.
I noticed a revenue of 1.8 million in '24.
Yes.
And that's consistent over the last 3 years or
Yeah,
thereabouts?
yes, that's right. So I just wrapped up my taxes for 2025. It came in around like 1.98. That's mainly because I've kind of got this sweet spot in a size that I like. I think, as you guys know, construction's a little difficult to scale. It's pegged off. And that's my sweet spot for right now, and I like it like that.
What's your plans coming down here?
So I initially did not plan on doing business down here in the construction industry. As to this, it was I ran into some issues with the home that we purchased, and one is we've purchased a few lots in Myrtle Beach that we plan to build on. And through the process of finding a builder and dealing with the subcontractors there, I realized that it was going to be a pretty hands-on involvement and require a lot of management and oversight. And I thought to myself, like, look, I do this. I'm going to be able to control the quality the way I want to. I think I should just, go down this route. That's what led me here.
Well, I've looked over your application. Your impressive building in Vermont is extensive. I'm going to make a motion, we'll allow you to sit for the exam in the state of South Carolina.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll second it.
So I have a motion second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir, you'll receive a letter in the mail from us releasing you for exam, and you can schedule that at your convenience.
Thank you all very much.
Yep, thank you, sir.
Am I free to leave?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Next up is Draylon Burton. Good afternoon, Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right? All right. You're going to have to get you sworn in, but you're going to have to pull that microphone close so you can speak up, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission of Builders, license for Mr. Burton could not be approved at staff level. The W-2 1099 information did not appear to depict 1 year of employment.
All right, sir, if you want to give us some background on your work experience.
Started about a year ago, and I was at Clemson, my last semester online, and I met Eric. I've been working for him about a year and 4 months, hands-on.
Yeah, that thing is very sensitive, so you got to get right up on it.
You got to talk real close to that mic.
Hands-on experience. I've done some plumbing jobs, electrical, flooring, trim, cabinet install, some roof measurements, but I've been an administrative through all phases of construction with him. 1099 being so low, that's just the amount that we agreed on, $600 a month. I was more focused on getting the experience instead of how much he was paying me.
So what was your degree in?
My degree was in sociology and a psychology minor.
Okay.
Now, you worked 20, 25 hours a week for the builder, and he's put an affidavit in that you went through all phases of building, including electrical, plumbing, or whatever. Now, was he on site with you the whole time that you were there working?
Yes, sir.
How many homes were y'all building at one time?
Ranged 2 to 3.
Okay, so it wasn't like you were spread out there, where y'all were just pretty concentrated on a singular site. Well, I mean, we got an affidavit from a builder. We're down to, is the compensation match your experience? I mean, and I know you said you negotiated out that number.
Yes, sir.
Now, did you have another job or income while you were working for him, or that was the only income that you had?
No, sir. I had another job. I work at Michelin.
You had another job?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the reason it was able to work is because we swing shifts. Like first shift, I get off at 3 o'clock. So from 3 o'clock during the week, I would go. And then if I was on second shift, I would go in the morning until 3. And then third shift, I would go in the morning until about 6 or so, or then go home, go to sleep, and then go to work at 11. And then on weekends, that was where majority of the hours came from.
What drew you toward the construction industry?
I've always wanted to get into construction because I had a niche for like design and seeing like plans come together. And what drew me closer to it is like client interaction and seeing how happy clients were after they give you a plans and trust you to build it. And it just made me fall in love with the process from A to Z.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question that gets asked to a lot of people every month. Because to me, and don't mean this in a bad way, it doesn't seem like you have a ton of experience. If I handed you a set of plans for a house we're going to build, my company, would you feel confident to build it? And I don't build multi-million-dollar homes, simple houses. Would you feel confident in being able to read the plans and build the house?
Yes, sir.
All right, where does that experience, is this experience just from this working as your second job with this person for a year give you that experience?
Majority, but well, I guess you can say, yeah. I mean, I can look at a set of plans and be able to do it without him, but learning majority of it came from him, yes.
Now, you do know on the test that there's going to be spans and loads and calculations and all of the above.
Yes, sir.
So just looking at a set of plans and looking at it and having it framed up, do you know what the spans are right now according to code, or you have to go look that up?
I would have to look it up.
And that's not terrible. I mean,
I know where to look it up.
yeah.
Well, like I said, I go back to, he's got an affidavit from a builder, and the builder attested, we're down to whether the compensation was what we would consider adequate to be full-time.
I mean, the compensation I don't see as our business because he said in his testimony he negotiated it.
That's true. That's true. It's just,
I'll make a motion. We let him sit for it. I hope you pass it.
And I'll second that.
all right, I have a motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You'll receive that letter in the mail, and good luck on it.
Thank you.
Make us proud. Leah Pratt.
They're all the same thing. And there is. Oh. No, I already gave you all of it. Okay. I guess the only difference would be like supporting documents. I did it by houses that we've worked on. Yes, ma'am. And then our company just got OSHA certified 2 weeks ago, so that is also in there. Yes, ma'am. And then more letters of recommendation.
All right, while they're working on that, we'll go ahead and get you taken care of. Ms. Pratt, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right. All right, then let's get you sworn in, please.
Do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, we'll wait a second until they get these handed out to us, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Ready whenever you want to.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, a builder's license for Ms. Pratt cannot be approved at staff level. There was less than 1 year of experience and more than 3 categories on her experience affidavit.
All right, Ms. Pratt, so what we have in front of us is, it was, your builder affidavit just shows project management. I said before, it's pretty much the generic thing that a builder puts down when they fill one of these out, so they don't put down the carpentry, roofing, plumbing, electrical, all the other trades. So if you want to give us some background, that'd be helpful.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. My name is Leah Naomi Pratt, but I just go by Nomi. It's just a nickname. But I worked with SK Builders for the last 5 years under a project management role while I was getting my BFA in interior and architectural design. So my plan is to go to Clemson to get my master's in architecture, but I wanted to get building experience from a residential builder because I love the residential side of architecture and design. So I worked for SK Builder, they're a track builder in Greenville, South Carolina. I worked for him for the first 2 years, just kind of running project management office work. The third year, he kind of pulled me into the field to actually help someone who had went out on like a maternity leave, I guess you could say. And then that kind of turned into him swooping me under his rug and pushing me out into a lot of the commercial and higher end things that his company were doing. And then I was also working alongside of him a lot on the on-site side for his custom clients. So I was running 2 to 5 jobs a year for the last 3 years. And then just this past year decided to go out on my own to work for a different company called Blue Sky Builders. So they're a high-end luxury spec builder. They build between 4,000 and 6,000 square feet homes, and I'm leading the construction and design team for both of them. So I handle all the project management, I schedule all of the licensed subs, I call in all the inspections, and then we have like an in-house office team who do all the billing and things like that, but I do oversee the estimating side of that. So that's what I've been doing for the last year.
And so your plan is to get your builder's license, potentially, or probably going back to school,
Yes.
and then furthering your career from there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have a 2 and a 4-year-old, so the back to school has been a little crazy.
Yeah, I bet. Do you plan to be a architect / builder?
Not really. I plan to be a residential builder, but with an architecture background. So when I am drafting a set of plans or have a client coming to me, I can say, hey, we're an in-house team, home and design, build and design.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen a lot of the architecture firms have opened up a building side of it a lot lately doing that, so.
Now, the pictures that are attached, those are the houses that you have worked on,
Yes, sir.
and you were there present.
These are all my daily logs.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We used to, when somebody came before us, if they hadn't hammered nails, if they hadn't pulled wire, if they hadn't run a plumbing pipe, then you didn't have the experience. Well, we've bent our criteria just a little bit. Work with the builder at the time that you had a plumber doing plumbing work, electricians doing electrical work, the framers doing framing, all of the above.
Yes, sir. Last week I had to muck out a trench in order to pass my plumbing inspection. And you can see that in Lot 5. But yes, I'm on site all the time.
Okay.
My boots did not appreciate mucking out after a heavy rainstorm.
Where are these blue sky houses?
So we have a development called Coker Creek out in Pelzer. There's 28 acres and they subdivided them into 5-acre lots. So I've built 4 out there and then have 3 under construction right now. And then we also have a development off of Thompson Road in Taylor, South Carolina, that we did the same thing. I think it was 19 acres, subdivided them into 5 lots, and we sold 3 of those lots and then built the others.
Okay.
So Greenville area.
Is the Pelzer one on the Greenville side of the river?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's Greenville inspectors.
Now, do you intend to continue working for that company once you get your license, if you're allowed to?
I do.
Okay.
All of their other PMs are licensed.
And long-term, long-range, what's your plans?
Long term, my husband actually owns a concrete company, and we have built our personal house. Every 2 years, we flip and sell and all of the things. So we've done that for the last 5 years. So this will be our third house, but our hope and goal is to kind of have an in-house design and build team.
Okay. And who's been pulling the permits on those houses?
Sorry?
Who pulled the permits on those houses that you bought and flipped?
My husband. He has his GC license. Yes, sir.
What concrete company?
Pratt Contractors.
I'm sorry?
Pratt Contractors. They only do commercial, really, besides our 3 driveways.
I'll make a motion, we let her sit for the exam.
Second.
You want these back?
Yeah. I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ma'am, you will receive a letter in the mail releasing you for exam.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christopher Dickinson. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, members of the board.
Mr. Dickinson, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get you sworn in, please.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Hold tight till we get these handed out.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, builder's license for Mr. Dickinson could not be approved at staff level. There was no W-2 or 1099 information provided.
All right, sir, if you want to explain that to us so we can determine whether you sit for the exam.
Absolutely. So my dad's a licensed contractor out in California, so I grew up around it in the summers whenever I'd go visit him. Never thought it was something I would do, but I found myself in the military. I was in the Air Force for 6 years. Always found myself helping my friends out, remodeling, learning, remodeling their houses. Then I ended up working for the government for several years, and eventually quitting the old suit and tie and moved down here to South Carolina from DC and started my own company called Herculean Properties and also Herculean Rental Properties, where I own 3 rentals. But got into remodeling, just slowly going, meeting new people, finding good licensed guys out here. It's taken me about 7 years to find an amazing licensed electrician, plumber. My framers are amazing. My HVAC guys. So I was always, I don't hate to use the word boss, but I was always the boss while I was here, so I never got paid. But while working under the tutelage of my dad, always asking questions. Then also, 2023, I finished my own personal home, which are what's in the pictures. That's in there, my house plans, my pictures, my certificate of occupancy. I also have a copy of my my phase 2 inspection, which the inspector said was one of the better ones he's ever seen. So we were a little over 10,000 square feet framed, just under 8,500 square feet living space, 7 bedrooms, 6.5 bathrooms with the urinal as well for my my little boys and my football team. And I was there from day one, minute one, planning plans with my wife, all the way through the getting my certificate of occupancy for my own personal build. I also had 2 other jobs I would like to speak of that were kind of unique in their own right. One, I had to work with Greenville County. I had bought a house, and we were in the process of remodeling it, and found out that it was in the front right corner of the property, was in the FEMA floodplain. So I ended up having to work with FEMA up in DC to actually get that house rezoned out of the floodplain. And another house in Greer that I purchased was actually condemned, and they were getting ready to knock it down, condemned in a nice neighborhood, a big old sinkhole in the bathroom. I came in, hired a ramjack. They put it in 16 pylons between 15 and 30 feet deep. We tied in the concrete floor because it was slab on grade. And then got that house, worked with the city of Greer, their permitting, and also all their engineers, and got that house uncondemned and sold it.
Now, your personal house, you pulled your own permit for that as a personal bill?
Yes, sir.
All right, and what about the other house?
The other house, so I had a few guys that pulled permits for me, so Zeller Construction, a few other guys. I can't remember their names, it was so long ago. But contractors that pulled the permit for me, although I was there daily, not for me per se, but, you know.
In other words, you paid, you paid them to supervise the work that you were doing at the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, other than those 2 in Greer, what's your other experience?
I mostly hate to use the word flip houses, so I buy bad properties and then turn them around. I mean, I've had everything from just simple paint and carpet to, like I said, those 2 extreme cases where I had to work with FEMA and then had to work with the city of Greer for the condemned home. But just my daily experience, like I'm there every day. It's not something that I do. A lot of people, I say, watch too much TV, watch too much HGTV. I mean, I have almost $250,000 in just equipment. I've got a skid steer, trailers, dump trailers, a Snap-on tool van that I made like my drive-aroundable tool. It's a tool van, exactly what it is, but multiple trucks. So this is something that I do day in, day out. When I built my house, I built our house from breaking ground to our certificate of occupancy in roughly 10 months. And a month of that was just waiting for my steel. So even with my own personal home, we steel I-beams, the size of it, just the sheer size of it, not just square footage, but also 24-foot ceilings, vaulted ceilings in the living room, 11-foot ceilings throughout. My basement's 10 feet tall. But just being there day in and day out for all of my jobs.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is your personal house, is it on the back side of Riverside Middle School?
Yes, sir.
I knew I'd seen that house.
So then you know exactly what it looks
I
like.
live off the Parkway.
Okay, yep. Yep, so we're actually neighbors. Yeah, so I built that house start to finish in 10 months roughly. So from the day we got our money to the day we finished was almost to the day.
Is that big enough for your satisfaction?
Yeah, it is. And on that, I'll say, I'll make a motion, we let them sit for the exam.
I'll second that motion.
All right, I have a motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir. You'll receive a letter in the mail from us, and good luck on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, David Rush. Last but not least today. Rush, you know you had right to be represented by counsel, and you're going to waive that right?
Sir.
All right, let's get you sworn in, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the following testimony to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Make sure you speak into that microphone for us, please.
Yes, sir.
Because we can't hear back here.
Okay. You want me to start? Okay.
Got to let her introduce the case
All
right
right.
quick.
Commission, an electrical license for Mr. Rush could not be approved at staff level. There was no experience affidavit provided.
All right, so if you want to talk to us about that.
Okay, I've been working, doing electrical work probably 8 years, and this is my second company, electrical company I work for. And I have no reason why they didn't send my work experience in, but I have plenty of experience if you see in my binder. I've started from, working on houses near Myrtle Beach, because I'm from Horry County. I live in Aner, South Carolina, a little small town, has 2 red lights. And
That's a speed trap, too.
yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir. So you got to go 45 all the time. Yes, it is. It is.
How much it cost you?
Remember, I got caught, though.
I have been doing working on residential homes, like I said, for like 8 years, probably doing the basics like setting T-poles. We are wiring houses or doing punch lists. And I normally go after the subcontractor comes in and fixes their mistakes because they do it so fast. And I normally, go and I'll be the last person to like leave the house, like far as like hot chicken the house to get it ready before it can get CO'd. I did a lot of like building, like with D.R. Horton, Chesapeake Homes, Starlight Homes, Ashtonwood Homes, and I currently work 40 hours a week. But my beginning, I used to work 50 hours a week when the market was like crazy, and like I think it was maybe 2021 or 2022, like we was putting up houses, like 10 houses a week.
So in a past 3 years, or how many, just a guesstimate, how many houses have you wired from new home construction did you wired?
Probably have did, probably I'd say over 300.
And when you say that, when you go in, you got you and a helper, or you and?
I consider him an electrician just as much as me.
And you wire the panels in every one of these?
Wire panels, we do from rough ends, trim outs, change wires around, change the breaker size, panel upgrades, or we may do townhomes and duplexes.
With the Omni Construction or Omni Electrical you work with now?
Yes, sir.
What's y'all's primary thing? Y'all do a little everything, or you more?
Mostly like residential homes. We have been doing commercial like at banks, if they maybe want to add an outlet for the something like that.
Is it mostly new homes y'all are doing, or a lot of service work?
Mostly new homes, but I do like older homes on the side.
Okay.
When you Omni, you walk in, they send you a house. They send a set of plans with you?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, so you got to take those plans from scratch. You got to mark it out, drill the holes, run the wires, set the box. You do all of that.
Yes, sir.
You have to size the wire too.
What a wire, it's normally, we just go through a list, a chart what we have. We're using 8.3 for Romex for the stove, or you may have the 10.3 for the dryer, or you may have the 4-aught, for the main service that comes in from, your public utilities and stuff like that.
So you feel comfortable grabbing those plans, go out the house and wiring it?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
But it gets a little odd when we don't have an affidavit from a builder.
Okay, I got one in there to show you.
I mean, I can tell just from looking at your W-2s, talking to you, you've been out here. You've done enough. You've done a lot.
Yes, sir, I did a lot. I have also wired metal buildings, I like wiring metal, like garages and stuff like that. That's why I really love doing that.
Now, you don't have a electrical license right now, do you?
No, sir.
All right, you better be careful working on the side now.
Oh, I work up underneath my father-in-law.
Just checking.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Hey, have you ever heard of David Douglas in Aner?
David Douglas? Yes, sir.
David Douglas and my father were good friends.
Okay.
His
Okay.
daughter, I'm from Greenville, his daughter and son-in-law are back in Greenville doing same stuff, same
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
David's a good guy.
Yes, he is. Wow.
I tell you what, I have no problem whatsoever recommending that you sit for your electrical license.
Thank you, sir.
Get that, and then you'll be legal all the time, don't matter
Thank
who
you,
you
sir.
work for.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Got a second? All right, I have a motion second, and I'm going to let you finish looking at that coloring book.
I'm ready.
You ready? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, sir, you'll receive a letter in the mail from us releasing you for exam.
Okay, thank you.
And
God bless.
We're going to give you your book
Okay.
back.
All right.
Or you need the book.
We'll mark this copy because it's the only copy.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just note studying. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Yep. All right, with that being said, we're moving on to public comments. I don't see any public to comment. Would have a motion to adjourn.
So second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.